What's up, party people? I'm John McNeil, and this is Unpeeled. Today I'm joined by
Neil Osborne from 5440.
and
Brad Merritt from the same.
from the same 5440. For the people at home that might not know what 5440 is, in your words, what is 5440?
It's a rock combo. It's been around from Vancouver since 1981, pretty much.
So you guys have been going at this for, what, was it 38 years?
36.
30, is it?
Yeah, I'm not good with math.
I'll give or take, give or take.
37, say. 37.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to put this in perspective, I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
All right? So you've been a band just as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there might be...
You're the band.
Yeah, exactly. I have...
Personification of the band.
Yeah, but there's millennials that are even younger than I am that might not be into the band, but could definitely learn from the band in their 30-odd years.
Sure.
What are some of the pitfalls for these aspiring Canadian musicians to avoid?
Well, you got to try and check your ego at the door,
Yep.
even though,
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, bullshit happens. It's 99% of it. We have a thing that we stole from Courtney Taylor, which is if it's not fun, it's funny. You get two choices.
That's clever.
They both make it work,
Yeah.
right? So that's sort of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yourself?
I would say pitfall would be starting in the first place. Don't start. Do something else.
Do something else?
Yeah.
Like you have to love this.
That's exactly
Especially
it.
this day and age.
So yeah, if that doesn't stop you and you feel compelled and you're willing to do it and for no money and all that kind of stuff, good for you. That's what we did, and you'll go somewhere. It'll be a journey.
Yep.
But there's no guarantees.
Yeah, that's definite, especially this day and age where the music industry is gone. Which leads me to, you recently, not too long ago, did an interview for Canadian Music Week. And there was a couple things that stood out to me.
Right.
It was, one thing you had said was, when you started, were called artists.
Yeah.
What would you classify yourself as now?
Well, we call ourselves artists, but
It's
well,
the
yeah,
industry.
we wear a lot of hats. We're showboaters. We're entertainers. Here at the club, we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna play some songs.
At this point in the career, are you finding you're doing more of the business side than when you first started out? Well, obviously when you were on a major at the time.
Yeah. We wear all the hats nowadays, so it's a little bit of everything. You got to keep track of it all. And
Do you find the fun in the business side of things too?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's it's like an entrepreneurial activity. It's like we have a hat shop, and we sell hats and
Trade hats.
make our own hats and trade hats.
Hat accessories.
Yeah, and so obviously, and at the end of the day, you'll want to have made more money than you spent, and then be able to pay yourself something. So that's kind of gratifying, as a kind of a small business owner. But we really like making the hats.
Oh, for sure. And the other thing that stood out in that interview was you consciously made a choice not to go for, I guess, superstardom. Is that fair to say? Is that kind of the context?
yeah, I think that
I don't want this to come. It's your words, not mine.
I hear you. Yeah, but you're doing a good job. With your words, they're good. Well, we never really had that. We never really chased the spotlight, so we didn't get burned by it. And what I mean by that is that success can sort of get to your head, or at least other bands maybe. They get a little I'm the star of this band, and or this kind of thing.
So it's like they say the flame, but you guys are the slow burn.
Yeah, very slow, very slow.
slow burn.
But it's still
But
alive.
you're consistent.
You can
Like
still reef on it.
every two, you can still reef on. But every 2 to 3 years, you're still putting out material.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's
So you still have the musician at heart, and it's not just about the hat.
Right,
It's
that's-
about the art still.
yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah.
look, if you're a
But you
hat,
had no choice to wear
if
the
you're a
hat,
hat,
too,
if
right?
you're a hat maker, you and you're inventing different kinds of hats
Yeah.
and working with different fabrics and making them in different ways and molding them, certain. I mean, that's all part of the craft and the art, And that's the part that we really like is the songwriting, the recording.
That's the fun of it, right?
Yeah, the hat making.
Yeah, the hat making.
The hat selling, it can be fun. I get to meet people, and
It's
people
tedious, so
people are
sometimes it
excited by the
sucks that
hats.
creativity sometimes. Like, I got to worry about this, but I got this wicked riff in my head that I need to get out. Like,
Yeah. The worst one is when you just wake up and you kind of dream this great riff or great line. Hey, I'm going to write that down, and then you go pee, and then where was I?
yeah.
And you just, I knew it was great
Dudes are in the
too.
wrong spot now.
On the radio, Scott Falls. Kiss me, baby, before I fall. Tell me why you're so slow, you stop me when I won't go. Leave me now, don't you go. Not now. Time has come to rescue you. Love and pay, love and pray, love and pay.
Going back to that superstardom, I think you'd still achieve that within Canada. Like, growing up, I always looked at you guys as Canada's Pearl Jam, the equivalent of Canada's Pearl Jam.
Wow.
Rocking out, staying true to your roots, going alternative, going acoustic, just not afraid to experiment with sound.
Okay.
On the artistic side of things.
No, yeah. Neil was talking about this earlier. We were into that happy accidents, where part of the creative process, where we spent a lot of time together and trying to figure stuff out, and just by accident stuff would come out. Like, what was that? And then you try to react to that, and then you actually record that in your little ghetto blaster, with the 2 condenser mics, and then you listen back the next day, and then you build off that, and that sort of creates the sound, and we sort of kind of kept that going to some extent.
Yep.
Bit more crafty now, but I think we should go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you to it. Yeah. It's on the internet. Before I close this out, I wanted to touch on something which I kind of found a little funny. Right now, you guys are rebuilding your website.
Okay.
And on it, there's a picture of the 4 of you with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And it's a very different kind of look. I was like, oh no, is 5440 becoming Canada's U2? Like, it's got that kind of feel to it.
yeah.
But then I went to the next page, I was like, there they are.
Here we are.
But that brings me to this. If people are going to find out more information about you online, where are they going? We're going to plop that right here.
5440.com works. Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate your guys' time. Have a great four show stand
Yeah,
at the
it'll be
Horseshoe
fun. Yeah.
for the 70th year.
Yeah.
All right.
Roll it, yeah.
That's it. That's all one can
Well,
ask.
you add their 70 and our 38. That's over 100 years of rock and roll. So.
There we go. All right. Peace out, party people.
See ya.